everyone, I'm Leslie and I'm on Royal Caribbean's Ultimate World Cruise. We have been circumnavigating the globe for 9 months. It has been extraordinary. And after an epic overnight stop in Barcelona that we do not want to let go of, we're working our way down the coast and our next stop is Valencia. Valencia arguably has the most sought after item in the world. What could that be? See for yourself. Welcome to Valencia. Valencia has us very intrigued today, and after the intro, I bet it has you too. We jump off the shuttle from the cruise ship right in the center of the city. And I've got my trusty GPS My City app, and I've mentioned it a lot in my videos. I am not sponsored by them, but I could not recommend it highly enough. It is the greatest app that you can either use the pre-built walking tours that the app provides, or you can create your own. And once you do, then the spots that are indicated, when you get there, you can pull up the app and it tells you the history of what you're looking at. So we kind of like to go at our own pace, see what we want to see, and it's just a great way to get our own kind of tour without having to have a tour guide or pay for anything. And so I've got 16 stops marked in Valencia, and we are ready to go check it out. Welcome to Valencia, Spain.
I gotta think that today is gonna be the highlight of our trip. For some reason, Valencia, I think, might be the greatest place we're gonna see.
Why?
The Holy Grail's here. And I love Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Put the two together, Valencia and Monty Python and the Holy Grail. What do you got? A great day.
We are so captivated by Valencia that we could see ourselves just sitting down, renting a little flat, spending some time in Spain, enjoying every single second of it without hesitation. We're not moving, but I'm just saying, we are constantly on the lookout of where could we go, and could we stay here? Could we live here? Could we be comfortable here? And Valencia has definitely checked those boxes. Our first stop is Torres de Sanos, one of Valencia's most iconic landmarks. And you got this. And we're gonna go to the Valencia Cathedral, and we're gonna walk around. We're gonna have paella. We're gonna go check out Valencia.
Oh, paella too. Oh, forget about it.
These medieval gates once stood as the entrance to the walled city, and we will climb them later, but for now, they're just a welcome to Valencia, kind of throw the doors open for us. We are on our way directly to the cathedral. One notable stop here by the gates is the Museo de Bellas Artes de Valencia, one of Spain's finest art museums. It showcases work by Velázquez, Goya, and other Spanish masters. We're not huge museum people, so we're gonna bypass the museum, head to the cathedral, but if you're a museum person, definitely check out Museo de Bellas Artes de Valencia. So as I said, we're on our way to the Valencia Cathedral, and let me tell you, this place is incredibly moving. A blend of Gothic, Romanesque, Baroque, the architecture, the building. This is a must-see for anyone that's coming to Valencia. The construction of the cathedral began in 1262. Remember I said the most sought after item in the world? Right here in Valencia Cathedral is what some say is the Holy Grail. I'm just gonna let that sink in for a second. Religious or otherwise, that's a pretty amazing sight to see, and I'm going to show it to you. This is believed by many to be the actual cup used at the Last Supper. This relic is appropriately housed in the chapel of the Holy Chalice, and its history has fascinated both scholars and pilgrims for centuries, of course. Standing right in front of it is just a moment in history and a moment for me that I will never forget. We were in this chapel of the Holy Chalice for probably at least an hour. If you didn't know it was there, you know how these cathedrals sometimes have little chapels, independent little chapels throughout? This was a separate little chapel. So if you didn't know that it was there, you might miss it. We had done quite a bit of research on all of our ports before we left. We knew, and this was the sole reason why we wanted to go to this cathedral. We saw that it wasn't the only reason to be there. It's an exceptional place by itself, but this is a special chapel, special place, and one we wanted to just be in for a long time. Also, Valencia's cathedral is home to one of Goya's only frescoes. It's located in the chapel of San Francisco de Borja. It's another reason that this cathedral is so remarkable and is a destination not only for history, for the cathedral, but also for this incredible artwork that is known, Goya is known here in Valencia. After the cathedral, we're starving, so we head straight for some yummy empanadas. You can't be in Spain and not have empanadas. But while we're here at the cathedral, just behind it is the Plaza de la Virgen. It's a beautiful square that's surrounded by landmarks like the Basilica of the Virgin and the Almoina Archaeological Center. So another place that if you're in this area, you don't want to miss. But it's empanada time. There's just something about eating the local food, the local item that they're known for in the city. Valencia is known for its paella, but if you watched the last video on Barcelona, we were so looking forward to having paella. We had it there, we were so disappointed. What'd you think?
Tastes as good as the Windjammers. This is the best paella I've ever had.
That we were a little gun shy to go back for paella, so the empanadas caught our eye and they didn't disappoint. Another thing to not forget to try while you're here in Spain is horchata. It's a refreshing drink made from tiger nuts, and you can find it all over Spain. speaking of the local, being just immersed in the culture, our next stop is the Marcato Central de Valencia, one of Europe's largest markets. And again, for all of you that have been following along on this journey, you know that we've been in every market in every city. I could spend all day in these markets. I absolutely love them. They're so vibrant. They're so fun. They're so unique. There's different artisans, different food, and I love them. So Valencia was no different. We had to check this one out, and this is one of Europe's largest markets. The aromas, the colors, the energy, it's just unmatched. There's fresh produce, there's seafood, there's pastries. Honestly, we should have eaten here. The empanadas were great, but when you come into these markets, it's just like, oh my gosh, you could try this, you could try that, you could try this, you could try that. And again, we could have spent all day in here. It was just, so note for your Valencia stop, eat in the market. This is La Lana de la Seda, the Silk Exchange, an UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it symbolizes Valencia's importance as a trading hub during the late Middle Ages and early Renaissance. It was primarily used for, of course, trading silk, a highly prized commodity that connected Valencia to the trade routes across Europe and all of the Mediterranean. As we continue, Valencia's street art catches my eye at every turn. I am a sucker for street art. We've actually searched out, and there's actually a street art app or a website. I'll put it in the caption. It kind of helps map out where all the street art is. And when we were in Portugal, that was just a fun day to just go exploring. There's nothing better than walking around a corner and seeing this massive street art. Just love it, love it, love it. And here in Valencia, the street art in the city delivers in spades. Each of the murals tells a story, adds layers of personality to everything that Valencia has, the history, the streets, the culture. It's just super fun, and I took tons of street art pictures. We stroll through Plaza de Carmen, a charming square brimming with history and life, before we circle back to the Torres de Sanos. So remember, we came through the city gates when we first were dropped off by the Royal Caribbean shuttle in the city center. But this isn't just the city gate. You can actually climb up in the towers, and it gives you an incredible view of the city back into the old town, which is what we just explored. So we couldn't pass that up on our way out. We had to go up in the towers.
So I didn't write about it afterward.
This time we climbed to the top, and the views are absolutely worth it. The city unfolds in all directions and offers a perfect vantage point to reflect on our day. So with tired feet, full bellies, just a warm heart, we jumped back on the bus to go back to the cruise ship. And you would have thought that we had walked, I don't know, 30,000 steps, which we've done in some of these ports. We did not do that in Valencia, but look at this guy. So this is a funny story. This is a shot of our cabin on board the Serenade of the Seas. The chef and the provisions, food and beverage, tries very hard to not only bring us local delicacies, make us food from each of the ports that we're in. So we had Italian food, special Italian food in Italy. We've had Mexican food. We've had Spanish food, empanadas, and just everything in all of the different ports. But they also try to bring us a little bit of America so that we have kind of the comforts of home. You probably heard in the Barcelona video that Provisions Day brings tons of crates of Diet Coke. Royal Caribbean had no idea what run they would have on Diet Coke, but these Lay's potato chips are so funny. They actually had to put a sign on the tray in the Windjammer that each passenger could only take 2, because no joke, people were hoarding them. You would see passengers leaving the Windjammer with 10, 20 bags of these chips. And I understand it, because I don't know, there's just something, it's a salty, awesome snack, but it's just such a, it just brings us back home. We've now been on board for 7 months. And so to have American food, even if it's just a little bag of potato chips, just hits the spot. It's the perfect balance of unforgettable experience and comforts of home. Thank you, Royal Caribbean. Well, we're 3 for 3. Spain has brought it. We did Palma de Mallorca, which the Valencia Cathedral in Palma, incredible. We did an overnight in Barcelona that was unleashed. And now just a sweet, a very moving day in Valencia. I cannot wait to see where our next 3 stops in Spain bring us. We have 2 stops, then we jump into Morocco, but then we come back to Spain. So I cannot wait to see what those next 3 stops bring us. That brings us to our next stop in Cartagena, Spain. There is, right in the center of the city, a spot in Cartagena that is mind-boggling. So you cannot miss the Cartagena video. This is a good time to remind you to be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you're notified of when we hit Cartagena. And as always, thank you so much for being here today, part of this incredible journey. I so love being able to share it with you. I would love to know if you've been to Valencia. What'd you think of Valencia? If you've been in this part of southern Spain, just what did you do? If you've been to the cathedral and seen the Holy Grail, just any comments you have about the video today. I'd love your comments. Don't forget to put them below. Cannot wait to show you Cartagena. Trust me, this is just crazy. And so until Cartagena, bye for now.